Today at Coyote Classics, we're going to check out this 1966 Ford Mustang Coupe. Restored back to its original condition. It looks to me like it's had one repaint. This is a factory X-Code vintage burgundy car with the burgundy and parchment original deluxe interior, and that's exactly how it came from the factory according to the door codes. The car's got, I believe, 69,000 miles, and judging by the interior and the rest of the car, I personally believe that is the correct miles, but we can't document that. Judging by the quality of the paint and body and stuff, as you look down the passenger side, it's absolutely laser straight, very nice, nice finish. It looks to me like the paint job is probably 5 to 10 years old. Has a beautiful shine. It came in, we didn't have to buff or polish it. Previous owner had kept it up really nice and kept a fresh coat of wax on it. So we didn't even have to buff and polish it when it came in. As we look at the front, it does have the GT fog lights. Horse and corral's in great shape. Front bumper and valance is all in great shape as well. Car has a fantastic stance. As we look at our hood gap's nice and even from top to bottom. As we look across the top of the fender to the top of the hood, it lines up very nicely. As we look out across the hood, I don't see any dings or dents anywhere. Top of the fenders look fantastic as well. Nice even gap from front to back on the passenger side, lines up nicely. As we open the hood on this car, the vintage burgundy paint on the bottom of the hood was repainted and rejammed just as nice as the exterior of the car. Same thing, the fenders are taken off and painted. They have a nice finish there. The top part of the cowl has all been repainted and done very nicely. It's got the correct washer squirters in it. So this does have for a 66, this car's got a ton of options. It was a 289 two-barrel car, and that's exactly how the guy left it. Did not put a 4-barrel on it. It's got power brakes, it's got power steering, it's got the factory blow dash air unit. Again, it's got the washer squirters. VIN number is legible here. Everything matches up perfectly. It's even got the fender tag here. It says it's got the factory stereo, 65BX F3, and it's also got the vinyl top, it says here, towards the bottom, and the stereo, which this thing does have the AM 8-track in it. So, as far as under the hood, you've got about as many options you can possibly get with the power steering, brakes, and air. So very nicely done under the hood. The front end of the car looks great. The top of the fenders, the hood looks excellent. When it came in, there's a few little spots on the original vinyl top. We took some good vinyl cleaner and just completely cleaned that vinyl top, and it looks great right now. Brought that shine back. We didn't dye it or anything like that, but just used a really nice cleaning product there. I left the trunk lid open so we could see just how nice this is in the trunk. As far as the trunk lid, they should have took the, it's got the original trunk gaskets. It needs a new $20 trunk gasket in it. They have overspray on the trunk gaskets, and they're completely brittle, guys. Inside the trunk jamb itself, a combination, you can tell they did not repaint the inside of the trunk jamb right here on the edge. That's the original paint. As we look in here in the trunk floor, look how clean this thing is. If you look up in here, you can see the trunk floor and the inner fenders and the hinges and all that kind of stuff are all the original paint still. Back in here in this corner is excellent. Not sure what's going on here. It's all the way down to the yellow primer right here. Original paint is chipped, so that's very clean, guys. Very nice and solid. It's like that on both sides under the mat. You can even look up here in this corner. It's the same thing. So very clean. It's got the spare jack instructions. We'll start back up here in the front fender. It's got new wheel well trim. The 289 emblems are excellent. The paint on the fender is excellent. The whole car in a whole is a wonderful driver, local car show quality car. If a guy wants to pick it apart, you can. There is some little dirt specks in the paint. They've been wet sanded and buffed, but if you get in the right light, you can see just some little dimples, very small. No bubbles or blisters on this lower fender. It's excellent shape. Emblems are nice. Rocker molding's in good shape. It looks to me like just a little paint run right here. It could possibly be a tiny bubble right here in this door. Not on the corner, just up on that body line. As we look at our body line, real decent body line. A little thinner on the top than it is on the bottom, but still a good gap. Lines up really nicely here. Same thing on the top of the fender, it lines up nice. But as we go across this whole car, the hood, the top of the fenders, the top of the doors, everything is super smooth. I mean, there's no overspray on it. Nice and straight from front to back. It's got the correct GT trumpet exhaust. It's got the tie-down strap, stuff like that in behind the license plate light. The back valance is excellent. It's got one little ding in the back valance. Other than that, nice and straight. Lower quarters in excellent shape. No rock chips, nothing like that to speak of. No bubbles or blisters. I really like this original vintage Burgundy Mustang. It's clean, it's nice, it's riding on a nice set of style steel rims. They're not new. They've got some the paint around the edges of the lug nuts are starting to show its age, but very presentable. 245 60/14s on the tires, in front of the wheels, behind the wheels. The vintage Burgundy paint looks excellent. Gap's nice on the top of the door. Got a nice even gap all the way to the bottom. Original paint in the door jamb still. Original door panels, carpet, stuff like that. You can just tell it's original. The carpet just has that original feel. It's a little harder, the carpet is. It's not real soft anymore. But for the original condition, it's still in great shape. Same thing here with the door panel. It's got the hard plastics, all original deluxe trim, and according to the fender tag guys, that's exactly how this car came. Inside corner of the door is real solid here. Windows, all four of them roll up and down good. It looks like they did, actually no, the original rubber is still here on the roof rail. You can just tell it's not super pliable, but it's in really good shape still. There's no cracks or nothing on the front of it. Wood grain on the dash looks good. It does have an aftermarket Sony CD player. Speakers work great. Air conditioner turns right on. It was cold the other day, we'll just make sure again, but factory AM 8-track, guys. It's not hooked up. Clicks on and off, but power's not going to it. There we go. It's got the factory steering wheel, the deluxe steering wheel, deluxe gauges. It's got the factory tacking gauges, and the factory clock and tack both work, which is just basically, when I got this, every single thing works except for that factory AM radio. All the gauges work, the temp gauge works. I've had it running here the whole time, listening to the music while I did all the pictures first. Our temperature gauge is still way over on the between the normal to cool side. Oil pressure gauge works, gas gauge works, 69,534 miles. And judging by this interior, guys, I don't think there's any way it could be 169. The air is ice cold. I'm gonna leave that run because that feels really nice on a hot day like today. Again, the clock works, tack works. We are running 700 RPM right now. Temp gauge is down to the cool, amp gauge is working. It does have the day and night mirror. It's got the mirror above here. No holes in the headliner up there. Still is the original headliner. It's in great shape. A couple little stains like in the back panel there. But check it out, it's got the deluxe pony interior. The seats are in fantastic shape, still nice and soft. And check out how nice these seat backs are. And also, here's another thing, guys, it tells me this is original. Look at the side of the chrome. I mean, no one usually replaces this. You can tell it's not new, it's got some wear, but the chrome along the side of the seat is fantastic. It's not rusty, it's not beat up. Where the quarters meet here is all good too. They did a nice job on the door jamb paint when they did it. Again, these rubbers here are new. This one, or not new, they're all original, and this one is not cracked or broken. Same thing with this rubber here. Another reason to tell me this is probably original miles. Back seat looks good. Door panels look good in the back. We do have some pitting on the door hand, or the window crank back here. Back seat's in excellent shape, top and bottom. We do have seat belts for the front. I do not see any seat belts in the rear unless they're tucked in behind. Door shut's fantastic. Again, this is a great looking car. Back bumper looks excellent. Again, looks original though. If we get up close, you can definitely see it's original. It's got that little patina on the very top when you get up close. Same thing, chrome is nice and shiny here, but there is some minor pitting right on the very top. Same thing with the gas lid. Top of the trunk lid's excellent. I don't see any dings or dents, any imperfections. As we go all the way along here, the back tail panel fits excellent. Top of the trunk lid fits nice to the top of the rear quarter. Fits nice and flush back here. The car just has an awesome shine, guys. I mean, it shines from bumper to bumper. The wheel well, behind the rear quarter, excellent. Front of the door is nice. Sorry, front of the quarter is nice. Back of the door looks good. I noticed this on both sides. If a guy wants to pick upon the body at all, just on the very, very bottom here, it sticks out just a little bit, and that's like that on both sides. Again, a couple dirt specks right here below the handle. You can see in the reflection here a great shine on this vintage burgundy Mustang. Lower fender's excellent. Gap's nice. These two body lines line up beautifully. I ordered, I am missing the horse emblem. I ordered a brand new one, but I got the wrong side. So that will be replaced before I got a new one coming. No bubbles or blisters in that lower fender. It's in excellent shape. If you go around the car, you're going to see there's some little solvent poppers, some little dirt specks that have been wet sanded and buffed. But other than that, if you're looking for a beautiful driver, something with a lot of options on a 65, 66 Mustang Coupe, I mean, this car is hard to find with all these options and being an original vintage burgundy car. The 65B is going to tell us that that's the deluxe interior, X is vintage burgundy. The F3 is also going to be the interior code. It's going to tell us that that's that maroon and kind of off-white. 04A is the date, DSO is 24, axle is 6, trans is 6, which is a C4. Corner of the door is in really good shape. It does have the remote mirror also, which is yet another option. You can tell the glue is just starting to get a little bit of a, you know, starting to separate just a little bit down there. The all the lights inside the doors work for the deluxe interior. It still has its original felts. I don't know if you've seen that there, but you can see just a little weathering on the original window felts. Window goes up and down good. We have just a little crack in this rubber that goes up and down here. But roof rail rubber. Now, the driver's side roof rail rubber has been replaced. That's a lot softer. You can tell the passenger side one is the original still. I don't know why they do one, not the other, but they did. Wipers are just a 1-speed wiper, and they park correctly. Again, our tach, 600-700 RPM with the air going, so it doesn't drop it down much, and the air is nice and cold. Go ahead and shut that off. It's got the Cruise-O-Matic in it, which we dropped that right down in the green arrow. The tach seems really accurate as well. So with this highly optioned car, like I said, not a lot of Mustangs with all these options, guys. And this guy ordered this car, he pretty much just checked all the boxes. I don't know if you could hear that, just a really, really nice firm shift from first to second. There's our kick down from third to second, back up to third. The windshield's nice and clear also. It looks like there's just a tiny little chip right in that middle of that area, just very, very small. Here's our power steering, one finger on the wheel. Brake stop nice and straight, no pull left or right on the brakes. Downshifts nicely. Didn't really pay a lot of attention if they're drum or disc brakes. I think they're probably drum though, but they stop perfectly straight. There's no pull left or right. The speedometer works, and we got 69,535. Turn signals work as well. This thing idles really nice. Yeah, the speedometer works perfectly. Doesn't bounce at all. Shifted about 73 mile an hour right into third when I just had it pegged all the way to the floor. I'll tell you what, it really runs and drives nice. You look out across the hood, the paint looks beautiful across the hood. I'm gonna roll this window up and just see how it seals up. Yeah, the car really seals up pretty nice as well. There's your kick down. Every single thing works on this car, but it's factory AM radio. Here's your brakes. I wouldn't, one other thing, guys, we went and bought 3 cars from the same person, this being one of them, and we drove this car home over 120 miles because we had 2 trailers and 3 cars. So one of the riders drove this car home 120 miles without any issues. And after driving it personally, I can see why. Great Mustang.